what we're doing now is just wrapping the wing.
Yeah, so we've done the similar thing, right? Unwrapped half of it first.
Yeah. We've laid it onto the wing.
Yeah.
And now we're just going round, just wrapping. I've started from the top and then I'll work my way down because I don't want any of the wheel dirt to go into the wrap while we're wrapping around the top. That's why I've only opened up half of it. And it's easy to do when you're sitting down. Don't want to be on my hands and knees.
I didn't give you gloves, but I did give you a chair.
Hey, I want a swirly chair that swirls around everywhere. So far we've just finished off the driver's side wing. It's come out really nice, happy with that. We've just got a little bit of tucking left to do at the bottom of the wheel arch. Az can finish that off while I move over onto the passenger side and start prepping this wing just with some alcohol spray. Just again clean it down, take off any dirt, grit, any grease, and then I'll just measure up again for the wing to cut off enough wrap to start wrapping this side. Easiest way to just measure this out is you do the highest point of the wing from one side to the other longest point, and you just measure that first, and you measure the highest point to the bottom, and you cut out enough wrap according to that, and then yeah, that's about it really. So I'm going to crack on with that now, and then once we're finished, show you how the front of the car looks. What we're doing now is we've just prepped the car today to do the driver's side quarter panel. What I've done first is just again cleaned it all down with alcohol spray, got all the dirt off, cleaned all the wheel arches inside the petrol tank, taken the air reel off, and then we've just put a seam line over here, which we're going to use knifeless wire to cut the wrap. Which is going to give us a seam line for when we're doing the roof, because we can't do this as one piece. Yeah, other than that, I'll take you through it when I'm wrapping it, and I think we're just going to crack on with it. So yeah, let's go. Right, so what we've done, we've just laid down the wrap on top of the car, put the magnets on. Now we're just going to peel this back and just start wrapping it. So I'm going to start with the back first, and then work my way around the pillars, and then finish off around here. To avoid the wastage, what we did was we cut out the whole of the car from the door up to the quarter panel, and then we laid the sheet down and we cut the door out that same piece, and then remainder we're using it to wrap the quarter panel and the A-pillars. So we finished off wrapping the quarter panel on the driver's side. We got a really nice finish, bit fiddly, but yeah, really nice finish overall, so really pleased with that. You can see where we used the nice knifeless tape to make a seam line for the wrap. So now what's going to happen is we're going to do the same thing on the other side, where I've laid some tape down already to get the seam line, and what we're going to do once we finish the quarter panel is lay the roof piece on top, which will, you know, have a nice join, which you won't be able to tell. With this car, this is the only way of doing it. You cannot wrap this roof in one go because it's a tin top and there's no seams on it where you could have the wrap joining on. So this is the only way to do it. Yeah, so we've wrapped the roof today. You can see we haven't finished off yet, but before we did start wrapping the roof, what we did say in our last video was we were doing the quarter panels. So both the quarter panels are now finished, and the reason we've done the quarter panel first is just so that when we lay the roof panel, the seam is nice and clean and you can't see the seam unless you're really up close at it. And again, we've done it this way because if it rains, the roof panel is on top, so any rain will travel down and won't go inside the wrap. We've used knifeless tape, so basically what we're going to do now is just use this to just tear around the whole thing and just stick down wherever we need to with heat gun. But yeah, otherwise I think this is going to be another good job. Now we've got the boot lid left and the back bumper left to do. Welcome back guys. Yeah, we're still doing this car. You can see today I'm not in trackies or anything like that, normal clothes. But yeah, we've kind of done quite a bit to the car. We've finished off with the roof now, and then we've moved on to the rear bumper. Again, we've completed it. What's hiding behind this plate is just a few seam lines. You can see there's a bit of bubbling around here. It's just there was a lot of adhesive where the number plate was stuck on. You couldn't really take that off, so what we did was we put an inlay piece around there, and we put an inlay at the top and an inlay at the bottom piece here. It's just to make it easy to wrap the bumper. And then what we did, we got one whole piece, wrapped the whole bumper. Anywhere we had the inlays, we've cut them pieces out, and we just tucked this in nicely over the rest of the wrap. So even with the plate on, nothing's happened. It looks perfectly fine. Moving on to the boot lid. The boot lid was a challenge.
It was dramas.
It was a big challenge. We wasted a bit of wrap. We wasted about 4 meters of wrap. Well, actually probably more, 5 meters of wrap, which is quite a lot of wastage. We tried to attempt to do it in one whole piece, but the way the boot is designed is quite difficult, where it's got a massive curve here and then you get a lot of overhanging and it's hard to straighten it out.
When we measured the width, right, it was just short of 1.52,
yeah,
the width from there to there,
yeah,
and 1.52 is the width of the roll, so you can't get any
exactly
wider.
Yeah, and
going from the top down to the bottom, it was I think about 1.6,
yeah,
something like that,
yeah.
Right? So what was happening was, as Mutz was laying the wrap on and we were working ourselves up, let's say the wrap was out here, the moment it started getting pushed down into the duct lid, it actually started bending the wrap that way, back towards there. So the problem we kept facing a few times was we'd get up to roughly this point and then the wrap actually wouldn't be long enough to cover the rest of the boot lid. So then,
yeah, so what we done then was we actually just done the bottom half of the boot lid first. We've done a joint around the natural pattern of the boot lid, which you probably won't be able to see on camera, but again, very hard to see to the naked eye unless you're very close up to it. And then we've done the second part of the boot lid all in one piece. And once the spoiler and everything goes on, you won't be able to see where the seam line is. So yeah, happy with the overall job. So now we've got left is just all the door handles, mirrors, front bumper we got left, and just the side skirts. Yeah, hopefully the car will be done and we'll show you the finished product.